When three teams make contact with the other side, it's all fun and games.
If you are here, make your presence known.
Something else was in the room with us at that moment.
Are you here? Give us a sign.
It was thrilling. We've contacted somebody.
Until someone gets hurt.
It was becoming more invasive. It was hurting people. It was something unholy, something dark and hateful.
Can they close the door before it's too late? In America, there is real evil. It lurks in the darkest shadows and in our most ordinary towns. Between the worlds we see
Someone's in my room.
and the things we fear, there are doors. When they are opened, nightmares become reality.
Keith. Is it you?
Carl Johnson is convinced his house is haunted.
As long as I can remember, there was strange activity in that house. We would hear footsteps, the sound of somebody walking around, very distinct.
Carl, what are you doing up?
I kept hearing noises outside my room, like someone was walking.
Honey, you know there's nothing to worry about. It's harmless. Come on, let's get back to bed.
It's 1971. 16-year-old Carl lives in the house with his twin brother Keith, his 14-year-old sister Cynthia, and their parents.
My household in 1971 was very interesting. It was a beautiful house. We had a wonderful family. Cool.
Hey, kiddos.
My mom and dad, it was kind of like Leave It to Beaver, if you will. They were wonderful parents.
You're home early.
Yeah, but I have to go back in on Saturday.
My dad was very religious, in the choir at his church, and they went square dancing. And it was just the typical mom and dad of the day.
Does that mean Keith and I can go to the movies then?
You need to ask your father. But you were late for the bus this morning.
Late?
Yeah, I couldn't sleep last night. I missed my alarm.
Carl had a visit from the family ghost last night. He was quite startled.
No, I wasn't. I was just... I don't know. It was just weird.
Oh, nonsense. There's nothing in this house except for 3 ornery children.
Come on, kids. Let's wash up for dinner. Got something good.
My parents, they made the best of it, joking about the ghost. It's a friendly ghost. It's not going to hurt us.
Did you get everything?
Yeah, got it.
All right, good. All right.
Don't want to be late.
Okay, kids. We're headed out for our dance lesson. We'll be back by 10, and I expect you all in bed when I get home. No horseplay.
Have fun.
Okay.
But Carl has something more serious in mind. While his parents are gone, he is determined to get to the bottom of what's been going on in the house.
What are you looking for? This.
Let's set it up over here.
The spirit board was kind of the rage. A lot of people had a spirit board, a talking board in their house. My mother had had one when she was a little girl.
Keith, can you get some candles?
It became a project of interest. We're going to find out what these spirits want, what they are, who they are, why are they here.
Are you guys ready? We are calling upon the spirits of this house. If you are here, make your presence known.
Nothing's happening.
Just wait. If you are here, make your presence known.
All of a sudden, it feels like your hands are being guided and not pushed around so much, but just a very subtle guidance.
Carl, stop moving it.
I swear I didn't do it.
It was thrilling. That's basically how it all started. We weren't afraid of it, we liked it, and it was just something that piqued our interest at an early age.
Who are you?
S. Y. L.
It spelled out the name Sylvia. She was like a spirit of the board, if you will.
How did you die?
The more it communicated, the more I began thinking this is a real person, a personality that is communicating.
Yeah, I don't think we should be doing this.
It's fine, don't be such a scaredy cat. We want to meet you. Do you live here?
C-E-L-L-A-R. The planchette spelled out cellar.
What do you guys say? Should we do it?
No way! It's a cellar?
You're such a chicken. Come on, Cindy.
We went to the top of the basement stairs.
Sylvia? Are you here? If you're here, give us a sign.
Then all of a sudden, we heard 3 knocks.
She's really here. Come on, she's here. I know it.
Now we knew it wasn't just something in our minds. We weren't imagining this. Something was in the house that could communicate with us, that was willing to be known. This was fascinating. It was addictive. I looked around, and nothing could have caused that rapping sound. I had an eerie sensation I had never experienced before. I felt that strong sensation of being watched, as if there were eyes on me.
For as long as the Johnson kids can remember, their Rhode Island home has been haunted. Now they believe they've made contact with a spirit from the other side.
It was amazing. It was spooky, but it's kind of fun to be a little scared.
Over the next few weeks, the teens hold regular spirit board sessions in attempts to communicate with Sylvia.
We decided that since we had had this breakthrough that we were going to use the board more frequently.
I want her to show us that she's real.
Tell her to give us a sign.
Like what?
I don't know.
If you're real, make the phone ring.
It's not working.
The planchette went to S, but then instead of spelling out Sylvia, it went to S-U-S.
Hello? Susie? Oh my gosh, it's Susie.
S-U-S. It was my girlfriend, Susie.
I felt astonished just as much as he did. I really felt that something else was in the room with us at that moment.
Hey, I'm gonna have to call you right back, okay? Okay, bye. It really happened. It was her. It was Sylvia. Can you believe it? We talked to a ghost.
No, I'm not doing this anymore. It's creepy and it's not safe.
At 16 years old, that was making me very, very nervous.
I must say, I really wasn't frightened. It was more of a, like, wow, this is great. We've contacted somebody.
Come on.
But could Keith's instincts be right? Could they be playing with fire?
There was what sounded to be a woman's voice outside the window, laughing, cackling. It came closer and closer, right up to the window. Came to one window, began laughing. Came to the other window, stopping to laugh at each one.
"16-year-old Keith Johnson has just made an encounter with a haunting presence.
I really felt that was directed at me and that it was truly trying to terrorize me. There was no way I was asleep. I was wide awake. My heart was pounding.
Honey, what's wrong?
What's wrong? Why were you yelling?
And why's your radio on?
I heard someone laughing outside my window. It was all around me. It was like someone was watching me.
What's wrong? Is he okay?
Then my radio just turns on by itself. Someone was in my room.
I was concerned for Keith because he's not a reactionary. Something was really bothering him.
What do you mean someone was in your room?
It was, I don't know, ghost?
All right, that's enough of this ghost talk. There's nothing in your room, and there's nothing in this house. Let's get back to bed.
I felt frustrated that they didn't believe me. I wasn't sleepwalking. I wasn't imagining. I was truly terrified because of what I'd experienced while I was wide awake. There's no doubt, and I know to this day I was wide awake.
You okay?
In a way, I felt that my family wasn't there for me.
Now thoroughly terrified, the teens try a new approach.
My brother and my sister and I, we turned to prayer. We turned to prayer as a defense against whatever was there.
I had a cross that was my grandmother's, and I started to wear it, and I started to keep it with me, because it made me feel safe.
Maybe we should pray. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven.
That seemed to lighten the house. Even the lighting in the room seemed to be brighter after we prayed. It made things better.
Amen.
But for how long? Soon after his 17th birthday, Carl decides to create a space of his own in the cellar, far from his parents and siblings.
It looked like a Victorian-style lady's glove.
Hello? Someone there?
This had to be Sylvia. I wanted to find out what is going on in our house. What is it she wants?
Later, Carl attempts to make contact with the owner of the glove.
I started to research the paranormal in earnest. I wanted to read everything I could find out about it. Through my research, I had discovered a formula for raising a spirit, trying to get a manifestation, isolate the spirit so that we could see what it was, try to communicate with it, try to know what it needed from us.
I am calling upon the spirit of this house, Sylvia, to make her presence known.
This was its chance. If it wanted to get a message through, it could do it then.
I'm calling upon you to know why you are here. Show yourself.
Carl Johnson has just made contact with the ghost haunting his house.
I saw the figure of a woman. Her hair was pulled up and into a bun on the top of her head. She was walking towards me, silently. My blood ran cold. I was just transfixed there.
Suddenly, Carl makes a realization.
The pieces fell together. It was a woman. I found that glove upstairs. It disappeared mysteriously. The name Sylvia had come through the spirit board. This had to be the same entity.